knowing when to ask for help is critical when you're in a leadership position.
It's getting the best out of people. That's the essence of leadership.
Welcome back to Leaders on Leadership. Roger Ferguson, President and CEO of TIAA-CREF, is ready to take some questions from our students at Wayne State University School of Business Administration. Your question, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ferguson. My name is Lillian Shepard. I'm a senior here at Wayne State studying business management, and my question is a two-part question for you. As a leader in the financial sector, do you find employee morale to be high or low during these economic times? And what is your strategy to maintain or improve the morale?
Okay. What I found is that our morale took a dip during the course of the big crisis, for sure, but is absolutely coming back. And in order to continue that improvement, there are three things I'm focused in on. First, I tell them the truth about the company. And I think people really want to hear both the good and the bad and the ugly, if you will. Fortunately, my company more good than bad and ugly. Secondly, I really am spending an awful lot of time listening to them and trying to help them solve their problems. And the third thing, frankly, is I'm also encouraging them to not depend on me, but to take ownership and drive things forward. And I describe all of that as ownership, trust, and transparency. And I think if you do that during the course of this crisis, you'll bring the employees along with you, and morale will certainly rise.
Your question.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard Thomas. I'm a freshman here studying marketing and accounting. My question is, with people working well into their 60s nowadays, with the retirement age, is it becoming farther away, with issues such as health and low income?
Right. There's a whole range of social questions that we're dealing with, and you put your finger on a lot of them, right? So right now what's going on in society is people trying to balance retirement issues, savings for mortgages and returning to that, holding on to good jobs, older than you, but a number of people are worried about paying for education for themselves and for their kids. So this is a really tough time, trying to balance all of those needs. What I say to everybody, though, is you need to have your priorities set. You know that savings, investment, financial literacy are going to be an important part of it. So start with education, make sure you're paying for that, making sure you get settled, and then also always set aside something for yourself in the form of retirement savings.
Your question, please.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Ken Smith, School of Business. My question is, with your background managing retirees and as a member of President Obama's Economic Recovery Advisory Team, what advice have you given the President to ensure that when I'm eligible, my Social Security benefits will be available for me?
Obviously, our conversations are pretty confidential, but the kind of advice that I've given him is exactly what I've said here in public. First, we really do need to rethink and repair and restart America's retirement system, the private part of it, the 401k, 403b sector. Secondly, at some point, all policymakers are going to have to come to grips with this issue of Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the whole range of entitlement issues, because that set of issues is a chronic issue. It's been with us some time, and I really think the time is coming closer for us to really try to resolve those issues. So the advice I give in public here is similar to the advice I would give in private.
Question, please.
Good morning. My name is Lindsay Voorhees. I'm studying accounting, and I have a two-part question for you. Considering the fears and the concerns that many people have in regards to investing, do you believe that your company will have a significant impact on the shrinking financial sector of the middle class within the next decade? And if so, what is your company doing to foster the confidence in the middle class?
Right. I would hope that we actually do have a very positive effect in the world that you're talking about, of the middle class with all their uncertainties. There are two things I think we can do. First and foremost is we need to educate people. Financial literacy, the better you understand an issue, the more comfortable you are with a complex issue. Now, the way we do that, as I've said earlier, is to focus in on objective and non-commissioned advice so that people come in and they will talk to us and we help to advise them. The second thing that I think we can do is what we've always done historically for 92 years, which is to provide for our participants an appropriately diversified, well-managed asset pool that will safely get them to and through retirement. And I put emphasis on both diversification and the appropriate degree of risk management so that we do not take undue risks with our clients' money. One of the things I'm really proud of is that because of the interaction between our asset management team and our risk management team, my company, TIAA-CREF, had no material amounts of subprime exposure, for example. So we must continue to make sure that we run our company with those long-term, safe, stable views of investment, while we also do the kind of literacy, financial literacy and advice giving that will help people to get through this uncertain period of time.
Thank you, Roger.
Great.
Please join us again next time for another edition of Leaders on Leadership.